Far away, in the heart of a vast kingdom, blanketed with snow and silver birch trees, there stood a palace at the edge of an enchanted forest. A forest so deep and mysterious that even the bravest hunters would not enter after sunset. In that forest lived creatures both marvelous and strange, talking wolves, singing fountains, and the whispering winds. But the most wondrous of all was a bird whose feathers shimmered like gold and the flame, the firebird. The firebird was said to glow so brightly that it could light up the darkest night, as though carrying a piece of the sun within its wings. Yet it was elusive. No one had ever truly seen it, except in dreams and fleeting glimpses at dawn. One summer night, the emperor, Tsar Vyacheslav beloved orchard was robbed. The next morning, the gardeners found the golden apples half eaten, lying on the grass like broken jewels. These apples are my kingdom's treasure, said the Tsar, troubled. Who dares to steal from me under the cover of the night? He called his three sons, Prince Dmitri, Prince Vasily, and the youngest, Prince Ivan. My sons, said the Tsar, whoever catches the thief shall have half my kingdom and the right to choose his bride. The eldest son, Dmitri, volunteered first. He stood guard in the garden, his sword gleaming. But as midnight came, a soft golden glow spread across the trees. The warmth of it lulled him into sleep, and when he woke, more apples were gone. The next night, Vasily took his turn. But when he saw the glow, curiosity overcame courage. He hid his face, too frightened to look, and again, by morning, more apples had vanished. Finally, it was Prince Ivan's turn. He was gentle and kind hearted, the youngest and often the most underestimated. As the moon rose high, the orchard filled with golden light unlike anything he had ever seen. Through the branches swooped the firebird, its feathers blazing with red, gold, and orange firelight. It plucked an apple from the tree and flew off in a trail of sparks. Without thinking, Ivan leapt forward and caught the bird by its tail. But the firebird gave a cry so piercing and sad that Ivan's heart trembled. He released it instantly, but in his hand one shimmering feather remained. When he brought it to his father, the feather glowed so bright that it lit the entire hall. The Tsar was overjoyed and yet restless. If one feather shines so brightly, he said, imagine the glory of the whole bird. Bring me the firebird, my son, and my kingdom shall be yours. Ivan bowed respectfully. Father, I will try. But the firebird belongs to the forest. Perhaps it does not wish to be captured. Still, he set out the next morning, guided only by the feather's glow. He rode through valleys, across icy rivers, and through shadowy woods until his horse grew weary. That night, he rested near an ancient oak tree. Suddenly, a voice spoke. Prince Ivan, do not fear. From behind the tree stepped a grey wolf, its eyes as bright as the stars. I know what you seek, said the wolf. You hunt the firebird. But know this, your journey will test your heart more than your strength. The firebird's beauty can bless or curse, depending on how it is treated. Ivan, amazed, bowed low. Wise wolf, will you help me? The wolf nodded. Climb upon my back and hold on tight. And in a flash, they sped through the forest faster than the wind. At dawn, they reached a silver orchard guarded by high walls. Inside, the firebird perched in a golden cage, its light filling the air with warmth and wonder. Take the bird, but not the cage, warned the wolf. The cage is a trap. But when Ivan saw the cage gleaming with precious gems, he thought, surely a bird so magnificent deserves a cage to match. The moment he touched it, bells rang out, soldiers appeared, and Ivan was captured. He was brought before Tsar Afron, the ruler of the land. So, you are the thief of my firebird, said Afron. Ivan bowed his head. I meant no harm. I only wished to borrow it for my father. The Tsar frowned but softened. Very well, I will forgive you. If you bring me the horse with the golden mane from the kingdom of Tsar Kuzma. Ivan agreed, and the wolf carried him away once more. They reached Tsar Kuzma's stable by nightfall. Inside stood the horse, its mane shining like threads of sunlight. Remember, said the wolf, take the horse, but not its bridle. But again, Ivan could not resist. The jewel bridle sparkled with emeralds. The moment he touched it, the alarm rang and he was captured again. Zakuzma was furious. How dare you steal from me? I beg forgiveness, said Ivan. I seek the horse for Tsar Afron to win the firebird for my father. Zakuzma crossed his arms. Then bring me Princess Elana the Fair, and I shall pardon you. Ivan shied. So it seems each quest leads to another. The wolf smiled kindly. Do not lose heart, young prince. Sometimes the longest path leads to the truest treasure. They journeyed to the crystal palace by the sea, where Princess Elana the Fair lived. Her beauty was not just in her face, but in her kind heart and laughter that sounded like music. When Ivan saw her, he forgot the firebird, the horse, and even his father's promise. He knew in that moment that he had found something far greater. The wolf, seeing this, said gently, I will not steal her against her will. Speak to her, Ivan. Tell her your story. Ivan told Elana everything his father's wish, the firebird, the wolf, and his mistakes. The princess listened and smiled. If your heart is as true as your words, then I will go with you. And so, together they set out. The wolf, seeing their love, grew happy. You have learned compassion, young prince. Now it is time to make things right. With his help, they returned first to Tsar Kuzma. When he saw the princess's kindness and Ivan's honesty, his anger melted. You may have the horse, he said, and my blessings as well. And then they went to Tsar Afron. When Ivan presented the horse, he demanded the firebird. But before Afron could speak, the firebird began to sing, a melody so beautiful that everyone in the court wept. In that moment, its golden feathers dimmed, as if to say, I wish to be free. Ivan understood. He opened the cage and let the firebird fly into the open sky. It soared high, leaving behind trails of golden light. The firebird turned once in the air and dropped a single glowing feather into Ivan's hands. Its warmth spread through him, not the heat of greed, but the warmth of gratitude. When Ivan returned home with the horse, the princess, and the firebird's feather, his father wept with pride. My son, said the Tsar, you have brought back more than treasure. You have brought back wisdom. Ivan smiled. I learned that beauty and power mean nothing unless they are free. The firebird shines brightest when it soars. The firebird's feather was placed in the palace hall, not as a trophy, but as a reminder of Ivan's journey, the power of kindness, humility, and courage. As for Ivan and Princess Elana, they were married beneath the silver birch trees, and the firebird itself circled above them, painting the sky in gold and red. The life lesson that we learn from this story is true beauty lies in freedom, and true strength in compassion. The greatest treasures are not the ones we keep, but the ones we set free.